All right, again, Memorial Day 2018. And this is our third and final litter that I'm going to feature today. This is another litter of 11 puppies. These are first generation Sheepadoodles. Again, our website is www.lawpadoodlek9manor.com. Lawpadoodle K9 Manor. All right, now these puppies are out of our AKC registered standard poodle Cali, and yes, she is registered. She actually had a litter of 3 standard poodles in her first litter last year, or the year before, no, I think it was last year, early last year. And of course, Sam, our boy, out of She and Jack, is with us and is now part of our breeding program to carry on Jack's legacy and Callie's unique colorations. She carries for Phantom, Brindle, and Sable. And she carries for brown, she carries for red, cream, you name it, she's got it. So we're very grateful to have her son to carry on her legacy. We will have one more litter of Sheepadoodles with her. She had a litter of Bernedoodles, but we're not quite yet ready to go back into Bernedoodles right now. But anyway, she will have one more litter of Sheepadoodles for us, and then she retires, and she's already got her retirement home. She's going to be joining a wonderful lady that my husband worked with years ago, who just took possession of Rita, who retired yesterday. And Rita is settling in quite well. She also has Fanny, that's P-H-A-N-Y, who was our very first Sheepadoodle mom. My daughter has one of her puppies, and that is our Chessie. They live in Minnesota, and we hope they will be coming back soon. Okay, so let me introduce these puppies to you. I've got to get a box ready. Now that I'm done with puppy chores, I've got to get a box ready to prepare to bring Freckles, our first generation Sheepadoodle, over. She's getting ready to deliver a litter, and as large as she is, it might be a pretty healthy litter. We just hope for a safe litter and that all puppies do well and mom does well. And we pray for that, and we ask your prayers for that as well. We had 3 C-sections in this past year, and kind of getting a little tired of that routine. It works out, and if it happens, we get them spayed. This very well may be her last litter anyway. All right. Okay, guys. Boy, you guys are just a bunch of rambling, crazy puppies, aren't you? All right. Now, of course, this is our first time of having predominantly, well, one color. I believe Fanny in her first litter had 1 or 2 of them. That was, you know, like I said, our very, very first litter back in 2011. All right, and they are 2 of the out of the 3 solids with abstracts, white abstracts, are brindle. You can see the brownish color in there. That is our brown collared boy. He's been a little bit backward and timid, but you know what? He is really, as you can see, come out of his shell. He just was, you know, most of our timid guys, of course, I'm working with them every day. They come out of it in no time. They're just a little bit slower to accept the world as we know it. You know, when their eyes open up, and at first all they see is mom, and then all of a sudden all these other things come forth, and some are just slower to accept it and not be intimidated by it than others. And but that's why we work with them every single day. All right, there is our dark blue collared boy over there. He's content to be quiet and play with his toys. All right, he's more of a independent little guy. All right, this is, I do believe we have a couple slots still unclaimed, or at least one unclaimed in this litter. I can't remember. Okay, and this is our dark pink collared girl right here. Patterns are beautiful. Most of the spotted patterned puppies do have that brownish tint in them, so again, their spots will probably brindle as they get older. All right. This is, who is this? Oh, our light pink. I'm pretty sure. She didn't have a collar on, but that was the only color we didn't have left. And I did determine from our last video that the one that I put an aqua color ribbon on was orange. And she's got her proper collar on now. All right. And this is our light blue boy right here. Rambunctious. Yes, you are. You're rambunctious. Yeah. He's very, very affectionate. All right. This is our black collared boy right here. I know you've been spoken for. He's got some You can see the brown in his coat where he'll brindle likely. Really see that guy over there. That's our brown collar. No, is that our green? That's our green collar boy. He's a little mouthy, aren't you? Sometimes. He likes to tell us when he wants attention. All right, our light pink collared girl. Dark blue, playing with the toys again. Dark pink right here. Running and playing is, I believe, our green, and who's this? Our purple color girl. Okay, and she's got a lot of that brownish mix in her tuxedo markings. Okay. Oh my goodness, I got some quiet ones back here. Our gray collar boy. He's got some of that brownish mixed in with his coat. I love his symmetrical Cleopatra eyes. Yeah, we'll get some of that dingy stuff off. A lot of that's from just the food and their weepy eyes, but we get it taken care of. This is our kind of dirty litter, and that's Mom's fault. But we are in the process of weaning off, and once she is completely weaned off the puppies, I'm probably going to give them their first good bath in hopes that they maintain it. Look at that face. Yeah, there's our brown collar boy. Yeah, look at you. There goes green. All right. Oh, I know who we left out. Our little red girl, and she's the one with the black coat. It's not to say she still won't silver as she gets older, but I don't think she doesn't really show the brownish markings like her brothers do, so I don't expect the brindle markings. Yes. She's so cute. You're such a dirty little girl right now, though, aren't you? She is a little fireball. Let me tell you. This whole litter is. Yes, she's a goofy puppies. Yes. All right, who's this? Oh, here's our orange collared girl. This is the one that we had put an aqua collared color on last time because she had dropped it and I didn't have access to figuring out who she was. Okay, there goes purple. And there is dark blue. All right, red. You know what? I'm going to stand up and see. That's on the black collared boy. It's got that really, a lot of brown right there on that one side. I think it's so cool. I can't wait to see what these coats look like when they've had their first trimming and as they mature, because they are going to change. That I can tell you. They won't look like this. These are going to be changing coats as they get older. I remember a horse I bought years and years ago. I bought him as a colt. I fell in love with him because he was black with white spots on his rump. He was an Appaloosa. And he got too tall for me. He grew to be about 17 hands, so I ended up selling him. But when he grew up, he turned into a gorgeous steel, almost like dapple gray. I mean, he was just beautiful. I think that's why I'm drawn to gray horses even to this day. He was a darker gray, not a light gray, but oh my goodness, I sold him to a young man that was just really excited about having his first horse, and he wasn't quite broke yet, but this young man didn't seem to be intimidated. I think he was going to have some people work with him, but Coley is what I named my horse, and oh, he is just awesome. But anyway, it startled me. I had no idea when I got him. I mean, I bought him because I loved that black with the white spots look on it, but little did I know how drastically he would change. I think it was in his second year when he started to really change, because he was only maybe 6 months old, 5 or 6 months old when I bought him. So anyway, it was fun. It was fun to raise him. It was fun to, halter break him and teach a young horse, but I'm not one to really be brave enough to ride or experienced enough to ride a young horse that needs under saddle training. Not even then. I mean, I was more daring when I was younger, but even less now. Yeah. That's why I never really rode my beauty very much, because I got her as a yearling, and even with trainers helping me, and as she got older, I was still intimidated by the fact that she wasn't really experienced, or we weren't experienced together under saddle. Raising kids took priority at that point. Yep. We go through these different times in our lives. Hi. Hi. Yeah. So this again is Cali and Gino. Gino, of course, I think I forgot to mention his name. Cali is their mom, but Gino is our AKC registered Old English. He is also registered. I sent his papers in because we've already had a couple of litters, and we'll be having one with he and Buttons, I hope, later this year, or as Buttons comes into heat. I I wish I'd had that on video. What's funny, she was like a turtle upside down on her shell. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I do hope to have a litter of purebred Old English sheepdogs, because as we're retiring Sheila and Katie out, and others, then we are going to try and raise up our own. Gino is OFA, and Buttons also comes from a very strong genetic background. So we are very confident in the puppies that we'll be getting from that litter. I have talked to a couple of breeders that might be interested in a puppy from that litter as well. Of course, we get first dibs on 2 or 3 of the females, so we'll see what happens. All right, so I thank you very much for viewing our puppies, and may God bless you.